Louisiana versus all y'all. Jarrett Roser here with 2028 John Curtis standout Jaden Keelen, who has started to have some recruiting stuff fall his way, and it's something we've talked about for a while, and it's coming his way early and in a big way. And so excited to catch up with Jaden a little bit, talk about his game and some of these new developments on the recruiting trail. Jaden, we're wrapping up the school year. How are things going for you as you wind down this freshman year over there in River Ridge?
Yes, sir. Everything's going good. It's been a great year for me, and it's ending off pretty good also. So, yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, let's get into some of the recruiting stuff first. Sacramento State came into the mix a couple months ago, and then really during spring ball these last few weeks, you've had some great offers start joining the Hornets there, with Auburn and SEC offer really early on for you, Arizona State, UTSA, and now Old Dominion was, I think, earlier today or in the last couple days.
Yes, sir.
Man, to have 5 offers, come your way before the end of freshman year, what has that been like for you? What's just kind of been the emotion of some of those coaches reaching out and extending those opportunities?
Yes, sir. It's been a crazy week, but even more than it's just making me want to work harder because I know the sky's the limit. So it's just making me want to work harder, grind harder. Yes, sir. Because there's more for me to get.
What have you heard from any of those schools, whether it be stuff that they've reached out and said or stuff that you've kind of heard through your coaches over there at John Curtis? Just whatever the early word from the college programs has been about why they wanted to start making that move on you early on.
Well, initially when I got the Auburn offer, the following offers that came after that, the coaches said they just want to get on me early before I started going up. So, yes, sir.
Were you surprised that these things started happening this quickly? Because when you and I talked and I told you it was just going to be a matter of time,
Right.
I didn't know that it would be this fast. I thought maybe camps this summer, but to have
Yeah,
5
yes, sir.
happening before the end of the school year, have you been surprised at the timing at all?
I've been surprised a little bit, but I knew it was gonna come over time because like all the work I put in, and God's favor on me. I just knew it was gonna come in time. I just didn't know when.
What's what's been the reaction like for the family? And mom's got to be excited to start hearing some college is already coming to the mix, huh?
Yes, sir. She's been happy, mixed emotions, happy, sad, all type of emotions, coach. But it's been awesome. I'm loving the process.
Talk to me. You mentioned mixed emotions, happy and sad. Tell me more about that. The sadness for folks that don't know your background, just some of the emotions that y'all are, you know, dealing with right now, knowing that there's, yeah, I mean, there's a lot to your backstory.
Right. I lost my dad when I was 10, 11 years old. So this was our dream, play D1, make it to the next level. So since he's not here, my mom got a little sad. She cried after I got the Auburn offer, but it was tears of joy.
Take me back to some of those childhood memories and conversations with, I mean, with your dad, with your mom, with, I mean, the family in general of kind of early memories of you falling in love with this sport and y'all talking about the opportunities that you hoped would be there for you one day.
Yes, sir. Well, I started playing at Drew Brown when I was 4. So my coach, Coach Bam, he always told me if I work hard, put in the work, the sky's the limit for me. And my dad always pushed me every training, every practice. I walk, he yell at me. My dad was almost my coach. He was almost on the coaching staff. He was there every step of the way. So now I don't have him. I just hear what he told me in my head, and that's what keeps me going.
Tell me some more of those lessons from him as he kind of worked with you as a young football player. You mentioned no walking, you run on and off the field and do everything at full speed. What else do you kind of remember of, some of those early football moments?
Uh, I remember when I scored my first touchdown and I celebrated, and my dad told me, "Don't ever do that again. Give the ball to the ref." So he always was hard on me. He taught me discipline, uh, and I just carry that with me today.
When do you remember first kind of realizing, okay, I not only do I really enjoy this game, but man, I'm pretty good at this thing, and I may have an opportunity here long term.
I mean, I kind of always told I was good since a kid, but I started feeling it seventh, and eighth grade, sixth grade. I started as like, okay, yeah, I could go far with this if I just work hard, put my head down and grind. Yes, sir.
What have been some of your biggest lessons so far early on in your high school career when you kind of look at your experience over the last year and the way that you've grown as a player early on in your John Curtis career? What have been the biggest areas you've kind of been most proud of or felt like you've taken the biggest strides over the last year?
For me, it's me becoming a better person, off the field than on the field. But it's me challenging myself every day, learning new plays, learning the defense, not only knowing my position, but what the guy across from me is doing, the linebackers, the D line, the cornerbacks. Just know where everybody's going when the ball is snapped.
And you don't lack for confidence. You're not shy about getting out there and trusting your skill set and also trusting the fact that you can get physical with some older guys from that defensive back spot that you play. That's something that when we were at camp in early, I guess it was mid-January, you were as physical as any DB out there, despite the fact that there are guys 2-3 years older than you. Talk to me about that way that you carry yourself and knowing that regardless of who's matched up across from you, you seem to have a mentality that, it's your rep to win.
Yes, sir. Like I said again, that just came from me when I was young. I always have that mentality. No matter who's in front of me, they do everything I do. They breathe how I breathe. So I gotta eat. I gotta take somebody plate to eat, coach.
What's the outlook for you this offseason? I asked you about kind of the biggest strides thus far for you. Do you look at certain areas of the game for this offseason and know that, okay, this is a priority for me before I get back out there for fall of sophomore year, just kind of the next steps for you as a young player?
Yes, sir. Building on my freshman year, I had a good freshman year, but I want to only have better even sophomore year. So probably more interceptions, more tackles, more PBUs. Yes, sir. And being a leader and a vocal leader on the defense.
For sure. And before I get too much deeper into, looking at the fall and talking a little bit about you guys and the outlook for this 2025 season, I know it'll be an active summer for you out there hitting the camp circuit, especially now hearing from some of these college coaches that want to, see you come compete on their campuses. What's your kind of outlook for June? Do you have certain places in mind that as you're kind of finalizing your schedule or kind of top of mind and you feel like, okay, I'm going to get there for sure and kind of build the rest of the schedule out?
Yes, sir. I'm going to Syracuse May 31st. Going to Tulane, LSU, Ole Miss, and Auburn.
And all those are schools that you've started to hear a little bit from as well.
Yes, sir.
I asked you with the offers, but it's got to be exciting. A lot of those schools, other big schools, the home state LSU there in an SEC program in Louisiana, and Ole Miss and Auburn, a couple of those SECs with Auburn having already offered. As you get a chance to spend more time with these coaches at these programs and have them get a better sense of who you are and what you bring to the table, what do you want those college coaches to know about what you bring, maybe some on the field as well as some off the field?
I want them to know I'm the hardest worker and the home coach, vocal leader. If I see a guy's lagging, I'm going to pick him up and tell him we got to work harder. And that's pretty much it.
And let's talk some about this 25 season for you guys at John Curtis. Last year during the regular season was an up and down year by y'all standards. The perennial power, obviously there. The Patriots, you guys, it was a little bit of a roller coaster times. And then when you needed to get right, you all went on one of the great playoff runs of, that we were all kind of watching throughout November. And it seemed like some things started to click finally later in the season. What went well during that run, and what can you use from that experience over the season as a whole, and then the playoff run in particular, to kind of build upon with as many of you guys that'll be back this year to just, maybe be a more consistent or a faster start, or however you want to look at it for 25?
Well, now we know what it takes to get there. But for us last year, the playoff run, everybody counted us out, but we know what we're capable of. So we just made that run. And for this upcoming year, we got a couple starters coming back. We got Jewel's Tap, Prentice Mackion. We got a new quarterback, London Padgett. He's he's leading our offense pretty well. Jacoby Boudreaux, we got a good interior line, so yeah, we pretty good. We bring the intensity every day at practice. I'm excited for this year.
And I know the coaches are going to stay on y'all throughout the summer and just make sure workouts are up to par. What do you want to see from y'all's group over the next 3 months? June, July, and then into August camp and whatnot to make sure that you're setting yourselves up for the type of season you want to have this fall?
Yes, sir. Most importantly, everything starts in the weight room, so I want to see all my teammates get stronger. And then field work, better back pedals, better brakes, and better mindsets going into the season.
There you go. Anything else you want to share with folks that are, a lot of folks, especially from these college programs, are probably getting a chance to learn more about you for the first time here. What do you kind of want to leave with if there's any more messages that you feel like we didn't cover?
Let's see, Coach. Jaden Keelen, 2028 DB. The things I say is best about my game, I'm physical. I like to get hands-on, but also play with my feet first. Just a physical DB out there. And it doesn't matter who you line up in front of me. I'm going to make sure I win the rep.
There you go. I put you on the spot there at the end. I guess I did such a good job asking you the questions up to that point. You felt like we covered all the bases, huh?
Yes, sir.
There you go. Again, like he said, Jaden Keelen, man, a 2028 prospect down there at John Curtis, just outside of New Orleans, someone that we're going to be talking about in Louisiana for the years to come. And then whenever it gets time to start talking about college stuff a little bit more, we'll be looking at him at the next level with some great offers already coming his way to end his freshman year. And for Louisiana versus Loyola, Jared Roser, thank you all for tuning in and checking it out.
Thanks for having me, Coach.